And we're back.
And we're back. And I was discussing sort of the website and how it fits into our sort of college life, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
It's not. We're not doing anything at college that has got anything to do with any kind of web design or any kind of gaming related subject. We're sort of approaching this website though as sort of students, though, aren't we? We are the people that usually you would just find in the forums of a gaming website, of a big gaming website. That's sort of who we are. We are the community, I would say. And we had a crazy idea of trying to create a community of our own, just based around that entire sort of concept of just, you know, a bunch of guys who like to play games.
I think it's the community as it grows, as it expands and everything. It will become more than just a couple of guys that want to play games, all that kind of stuff. It'll be develop into something a lot more like a group of people. Oh shit!
A group of people. Oh shitting.
Yeah. A group of people that like to meet up and just take shits wherever they want. You know.
We're getting back at, if you've watched previous videos, we discussed fetishes, and we're getting back into that now.
You know, it's just something everyone needs to do at least once in their lifetime.
At least
just
once.
Take a random dump in the middle of an old lady's lawn.
Does it have to be an old lady?
It can be an old man. It depends on your preference.
Is that what the limitation?
Yeah.
Is, though?
They have to be old, so when they chase you, you can easily get away.
There are some people out there though who are old and are quite mobile.
Ah, yeah, those scooters. My God.
I'm talking about particularly in my area. There's this crazy lady that looks about 90 but can jog for miles, and she wears like a sort of bright purple jogging suit, and it is a sight to behold. Because you often find yourself sort of in the local town that I live in, sort of spending some time here. I'd say look out for her, is what I would say.
I'll keep that in mind.
I say jogging, it's more like that, you know, like that sort of power running type of thing.
Oh God,
that looks really power walking. Yeah, that looks really sort of. It looks like sort of like a joke that someone made up that for some reason caught on as a serious thing. That's what that looks like to me, because it's, I don't know what I've tried to replicate that. I don't know, I can't do that. There's a lot of like people's hips doing things that I don't think hips are meant to do. But you see people doing it quite a lot, especially sort of around Edinburgh and stuff. And I don't question it. I've never sort of went up to, maybe there's a beneficial reason for it. I've never went up to one of them and said, why are you walking like that when you could be walking normally, or why are you walking like that when you could be jogging? Maybe there's a sort of a beneficial reason for doing that. Maybe they just like Mr. T. Because there was that Snickers advert, wasn't there? That got banned.
I can't say I've seen that.
You know the Snickers get some nuts adverts.
Yeah, I know those.
There was one where Mr. T was firing Snickers at a power walker, and it got banned for some reason for offending power walkers, I think.
Okay.
I'll send you a link to that at some point during the day.
I look forward to it.
So maybe they're trying to attract Mr. T. I don't know.
Right, what were we talking about again?
I think, to be honest, I think we're in the right place now, Alex. I think we've got back into what this was about yesterday, which was nothing.
Mr. T throwing nuts of bars. Bars of nuts. Ah.
Nuts of bars.
I think I'm falling. Yeah, I fell.
But yeah.
Oh, that's right. What we're trying to do
I'm
It's
still
not
trying to think
fair
I can turn this into. If you have a, please leave it in the comment section. How can I turn Mr. T, Snickers, and Power Walkers into? If you have a, then please, leave it in the comment section.
I mean, if you're a power walker, thumbs up. Thumb up this video.
If you're a Power Walker, thumbs up in the video. If you live in the Edinburgh area and you happen to see us going about, sort of stop and explain to us, because we'd like to know. Why is it?
Well, you'd like to know. I don't really care, to be honest.
I'd like to know.
Everyone to their own.
I'd like to know. I would like to know. Why do you walk like that? No, because they sort of wear like bright coloured clothes as well that are like, what is it that, how you see people on bikes?
Yeah. The high vis.
Yeah, they have that really tight sort of, and they sort of, they wear that as if to sort of emphasise the fact that they're doing something funny. Speaking of which, people who cycle to work in those, what are they, like superhero costumes or something?
The Lycra, you mean?
Yeah, because, like, if you've ever been driving next to one of them.
Yeah, I have. I think I've told you that story.
You've not told me that story.
The story, Sov, the other guy that's helping with the site, we were driving along.
That's his nickname, by the way. People, it's not as if he was born and people decided they didn't like him.
His name is Alistair Sutherland, or just Sov, as everybody knows him. But basically, we were driving along, and there was one of these guys in their tight lycra suit, high vis, cycling along. So I thought it'd be fun to open up the window, as I was the passenger of the car journey, and just shout out, "You've got a nice ass!" Then we drove on about 50 yards and got stopped by a red light. And I had to sit through the red light as this cyclist just sat there staring at me through the window. Me just sitting there trying not to look him in the eye.
Were you like in the glove compartment looking for something at that point?
No. I was just staring intently at the radio, to be honest.
Sort of sat there in the car. Where did I leave my stuff? I need to go through my pockets and adjust the radio at the same time. I'm going to take an extra long time to check what time it is. But yeah, they sort of lean forward, don't they? And they wear sort of aerodynamic helmets. They don't just wear normal helmets. They wear sort of ones with a bit on the back. Because it's usually like guys who prefer to cycle to work, don't they?
Hmm.
So do they have like a bag with their actual work clothes in it, and they like jump in a cupboard?
I have no idea.
Because that's where it sort of gets into sort of the superhero realms, doesn't it? Because when they're about to leave for work, do they jump into a cupboard and suddenly come out as this other guy to cycle home again? Because like the thing is the helmets they wear, how they're sort of meant to be aerodynamic or something.
Yeah.
And it helps them go faster. How dedicated are they to getting to work on time? Because why can't a normal helmet just sort of do the job just as well? Because they've got sort of like big bits on the back that sort of hang down. From if you're looking at the back of a cyclist, it looks like a fetish. At least to me. Because you were talking about, nice arse, because they lean forward, don't they?
Well, they have to, because of the way that the bike's made.
It's not just a normal bike. Do they not ride normal bikes?
You get like mountain bikes, and then there's road bikes with much thinner wheels that have better grip for tarmac and all that kind of stuff. I think that's what it is. I can't say I'm an expert on it.
But like, to me, it would look less weird if the guy just cycled to work in his suit. I would actually really like to see that. I don't appreciate people sort of cycling in like spandex or whatever. It's not a nice thing to look at if you're sort of, especially if you've just shouted you've got a nice arse and then he like rolls up next to you in the car. Did he have a nice arse?
No, I didn't really look, to be honest. Now, not everyone's gonna be like, no, you looked at his ass, you big queero. Big gay lord.
How many times can I say this whole, if you are a cyclist and you have any comments to make, please leave it in the comments section before you get genuinely annoyed and tell me to shut up. Or did that happen sometime yesterday and you're just kind of biting your tongue?
Something like that. Okay, so I'm meant to shoot that van.
Oh, the mouse on my PC isn't working. No, there it is.
So how the hell am I supposed to create a distraction?
Probably dress up as a cyclist, I'd say.
No. Why? Why did I expect anything more?
If you want to, the hazard probably. If we're gonna come back to that. Probably a hazard on the road. Because if you've not seen a cyclist before, say you've never seen one, like you've just sort of got your license, not like managed to come across one, and you like saw that like coming up next to you, could you actually take your eyes off the road long enough to cause an accident? Because some guy in spandex is leading. That like I can remember, the last time I was on a bike, I was like a kid and I just used to ride around in my jeans. That is some dedication to cycle. That's what I mean though. It's sort of like the cycling gear sort of makes you, more streamlined, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So to me, it says, if you want to be on work on time, just wear normal clothes and leave 5 minutes earlier. Don't dress up like an idiot. It's funny the first time, I would say, do it once and then just don't do it again, because people like me see it and go, oh, there's a guy on a bike and he looks sort of funny. But then don't do it again, because then it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing here.
What is, I mean, Faith in Mirror's Edge, let's turn this into Mirror's Edge. How does she dress? Because she's jumping about rooftops, so she has to be aerodynamic.
Well, yeah. It'd be quite funny to just see her, like, running around in, like, something very extravagant.
I seem to remember her being in a pair of joggers and a shirt.
Yeah, it's just a pair of, she basically dresses like a Ned.
Yeah, so why can't cyclists do that? They're not jumping about rooftops, are they?
Nope.
She's got you'd actually think that if you had baggy trousers on, which she kind of has, that when you're flying through the air, that would maybe slow you down. But she doesn't even care, because she's all about looking respectable for jumping. It would probably be a much easier game if she did dress up like a cyclist, because all the guards and stuff need to get past would just be like looking at her in bewilderment as she kind of ran past in a cycling helmet and spandex. Is it spandex that they wear? These cyclists. Is it spandex? It's something very tight anyway. It doesn't leave much to the imagination, whatever it is.
Spandex, latex, I don't know. It's one or the other.
Latex. Let's actually get something going. So if you're a cyclist and you travel in spandex,
got ya! We go.
Swap it for latex, especially if you live in Edinburgh somewhere. Swap it for latex.
Time to go.
And probably put some talcum powder underneath there first, otherwise it's going to get a bit messy. But
advice for everyone.
Advice for everyone. If you're a cyclist who is feeling like he wants to make the change from spandex to latex, the neon squirrel tip for the day: put some talcum powder on first, as things are likely to get a little. Actually, when you got to work, it would maybe get a bit messy, wouldn't it, if you had to change into your normal work clothes?
I suppose it'd be kind of weird if you just, trying to change clothes and all this white powder just starts spraying out from you.
Yeah.
And on that, I better say we're going to cut off now.